Hey, good morning again. This is Hillary from New Life Spectrum, and this is our weekly Monday morning aquarium coffee chat, and I appreciate that you've taken the time to join me. We start these videos over on Instagram approximately 7:30 Pacific Time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 9:30 a.m. Central Time, and we would love to have you join us. This week I am going to talk about aquarium DIY tips, tricks, hacks. We all started out on the bottom as beginners. I know personally, I went to Walmart, I was in college, I saw the 10-gallon aquariums, and it was all-in-one inclusive. It came with the filter, the tank, maybe like a little packet of food, some water conditioner, and I was like, oh, this is great. I can't have anything else because I live in a college dorm, but I can have fish. So I took the aquarium home and broke college kid. That's where I started. So there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of YouTubers that have dedicated their channels to aquarium DIY. So I'm going to talk about a couple of them today, but I would love to hear from you guys to see what awesome tricks you guys have for enjoying the aquarium hobby, but maybe keeping it in a budget. So, for starters, a couple weeks back over on Instagram, somebody had posted a bag, I mean, they're pretty decent sized bags, quilting material, like refilling for quilts. It's 100% polyester, and they were saying how they found it at the craft store. It's ridiculously cheap, it comes in bulk, and they use that in place of filter floss. That it was a lot cheaper than what they could normally find, and it works just as well. So I've got filter socks on the tank behind me, so I haven't had a chance to try it, but maybe on my new tank there is a spot for filter floss. Maybe I'll give that a go and let you guys know how it is. If you've tried that, let me know how it works. One of the guys that I met waiting for us next year in Costa Rica. I would love to come to Costa Rica. How was the show? Did you guys have fun? Actually, one of my friends, George, he's a German blogger, was there. He asked if I was coming. I'm sad I didn't get to go. So, DIY Aqua Pros, he's got an amazing YouTube channel. He shows how to build a canister filter. They use one of the like the blue water jugs that you see a lot of times construction sites. They have them sitting on the back of tailgates or like baseball games and stuff. They're water jugs. It needs to be seal tight at the top, and he gives you a list of everything that you need to build it and make a canister filter for your tank. Just my fish. Hey, thanks for joining again. But yes, if you've tried building your own canister filter or your own filter of any type, let me know how it goes. I'm always curious how that works. I'm typically a little bit paranoid. I was telling people on Instagram, the first time that I was taking care of a canister filter, I had a huge accident and there was water everywhere. So I'm always paranoid now with canister filters. I've come a long way, but I'm still always like hesitant because of that initial experience. See, I've got some comments that popped up. Let's see if I can pick up. Oh, there we go. Yes, I will tell Raquel thank you. A lot of times she joins on here, but sometimes because of the time difference, they're a little bit busy, but I will tell her you said thank you. Tazawa Tanks. I've talked about him in the past. He is an amazing guy. He's got a brief YouTube video talks about how to make a lid using PVC and the stuff that you line your drawers in your kitchen with, like plastic drawer liner, I guess. Really simple, really easy, very minimalistic, as opposed to going out and having a professional glass or acrylic lid cut. You could do those too. I've actually made acrylic lids for my tanks. They're kind of a pain in the butt because if you don't get the dimensions exactly right on the first try, or in my experience, the guys at Home Depot that were cutting it messed it up. I was back 4 or 5 times. So, Tazawa Tanks, he's got the great video. PVC and kitchen liner works really great and very cost effective. Something that I have kind of done in the past, but not to the extent that they discuss it. DIY Joey, another one of the amazing YouTubers out there, whole channel dedicated to aquarium DIY stuff. You can make sumps. You can make a sump out of just about anything that will hold water. It doesn't have to be the fancy, expensive ones that you buy in the store. This tank behind me, it's got a used sump. It wasn't one that came with it, but I've had tanks where I have used like 55-gallon aquariums. I used to have a 130-gallon tank, and I couldn't find quite the right sump for it. I didn't want to spend the money, and somebody was like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting rid of a 55-gallon. Do you want it?" Yeah. So you can use that and convert it into a sump. There's a lot of informative educational videos out there that will tell you how to do these things, and a lot of the YouTubers out there are pretty nice. If you have any questions, you probably can ask them, and they'll be more than excited to help you. So that wraps up my DIY talk. If you have any other cool DIY keep missing it, tongue-tied, tips, tricks, or hacks, please comment below. Let me know what it is that you're using so that we can share with other people, further the hobby that way. I really enjoy hearing all the cool things that you guys are doing. If you go over on Instagram, there's a whole bunch of people, I can't remember the name of it, there's a guy that made his own stand and canopy for his tank. It looks fantastic. I really enjoy seeing stuff like that, and they're always eager to tell you about what they did and how they did it and share it. Let's see, I've got some comments popping up, but they're not for what. Oh, here we go. Currently building a 10-gallon sump. There you go. Yep. Yes, the $1 per gallon sale. Love those. Love those. See, you guys are awesome. I was telling people on Instagram that I'm all about Craigslist and yard sales, and funny, people at yard sales, if there's aquarium stuff, a lot of people don't know. Most people don't know what they have. I've gotten one of the little Eheim auto feeders that usually retail for like $40 depending on where you're at. The lady's like, I don't want it, you can have it. It has a dollar sound. It's like $40 little auto feeder for $1. She's like, I don't even know what that is, just $1, and it still had the batteries in it wrapped, never been used. Welcome, thanks for joining from Texas. What time are you on? It's probably getting close to 8 a.m. here in Vegas, but New Life headquarters are in Miami, so probably closer to 11 a.m. over there. I enjoy that I'm able to talk to people from all around the world on these things. It's pretty cool. So, one other thing I would want to tell you about before I go, because I came across this week, and it's really exciting for me. New Life Foods are amazing. Me telling you they're amazing all day, whatever, she sells New Life, she's the representative. But when I hear how amazing our foods are from other people, I really have to share. So, Alex, he is got the handle 805 Reefer over on Instagram. I don't know what food he was using before, but he recently picked up some of our NLS probiotics. Now, if you know anything about the probiotics, it's got that good beneficial bacteria for your fish's gut, but also it's got phosphate-eating bacteria in it, so it's going to help improve the water quality of your tank. And he said before he was using it, his phosphates were at 0.6. And since he started using it, a week after using it, he retested his phosphates, and the phosphates in his tank were 0.02. So 0.6 to 0.02 in a week after using our probiotics food, I think is pretty amazing. If you've ever had issues with probiotics, I can't talk this morning. Clearly I need more coffee. If you ever had issues with phosphates, this food is a really good food to use for your tank. Phosphates can be a pain in the butt once you get them in your tank, getting those levels down no matter how many water changes you do. So definitely consider using NLS probiotics to help bring your phosphate levels down. And if you do use them and have had amazing results like Alex did, please, please, please share so that I can share with other people. I always love hearing about the good results and seeing pictures of people's amazing fish once they've been using our foods. Old shop windows, that's really cool. Did you just, like, what did you use to seal it with? I don't know why. I wish these comments would stay up here. They keep disappearing. Oh, you're in England. Okay, wow. Thank you for joining. So you're on, you're like 6 hours ahead of here? So it's probably late afternoon for you. Every week I've got a new coffee mug. I'm running out of fish mugs, and this one's a bit of a stretch. But 2 years ago, I went to my first Magna. It was in New Orleans, and I picked up my Café du Monde coffee mug from my first Magna in New Orleans. And I love it. And I love coffee. Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining this week. I will be back again same time-ish next week. We would love to have you join us on our Instagram and our YouTube. We might do a Facebook Live in the future if there's enough need for it. So if that's something you would like to see, definitely shout out over there. You can follow me on Facebook, or be friends with me on Facebook, Hillary Jaffe. I'm in my button-down polo shirt. It's my profile picture, so feel free to add me as a friend and stay up to date with all of the New Life Spectrum news. But I will see you next week. Thanks for joining.